Letty! Fran, hi! Hi, Mythic Arts. I just ate before the live finally, too. Whoa, hold up, am I early? You are, you're right on time. Letty, thank you for spoiling me with gifts. Was that a corgi? Hi, Sarah! Hi, Daydreamin'! Oh, woo, I made it! And I was on time for once, which I'm very glad about. I'm also live on YouTube right now. So that's why there's no music for TikTok, because when I go live on YouTube, it has to be through my headset. Okay, that needs to be even smaller. My goal today is to fit a whole mermaid on my mini sketchbook page, which I haven't done in quite a while. So, okay, well, so maybe I should draw. I was gonna have her arms up, but I'm not sure if that will work very well. Oh, maybe it can. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that, I think. I can't wait to see you tomorrow briefly. I know. It's so funny too, because I was telling Justin that you guys are gonna pop by for a quick second Wednesday morning. He's like, oh yeah, I'll get to see them. Are you guys excited? I think I need even more curve. Also, I'm trying to make sure that I have all of this in frame on YouTube. Boop. Sorry if I'm distracted. We're so pumped. We should get to your place at like 7-ish. Okay. I'm up early every day anyway. Justin and I usually get up by like 6:15, so I will be up and ready. Park wherever. Yay, traditional too! Fran, I'm so proud of us. Even though you should be sleeping. Okay, I don't want her breaking her back, but I do want her to fit. That should hopefully work. See if I can get a proportionate head added in. This may be asking too much. Okay, first of all, those eyes were not placed well. Gonna have to have space for all our other features. Too far apart. Nose. It's another thing that's kind of difficult about trying to fit a whole, like a full body illustration on this paper is that the details start to get smaller and smaller, obviously, which can make it a little bit more difficult to do faces. I need lots of room. I like to draw my faces large. Which I may already be doing here. Too large, potentially. One moment. Oh, the angle on YouTube is better, though the sound is not. Yeah, it's not great on YouTube. I have to get like a better microphone for YouTube.
Wait a minute.
Take your pick, Letty. Okay.
You know, this is, excuse me,
Why
a
is my
damn fine
phone
can.
not wanting to focus? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna... Oops. Try to hammer out the face for a second. We're not gonna have quite enough room. That's tragic. Maybe if I just
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
work
Every day,
magic, I don't know.
once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it. Don't wait for it. Just let it happen. Could be a new shoe.
I'm bouncing between books. That's fair. Like reading or writing? Always have to prioritize the face. If I don't like the face, I cannot go on. Ooh, loud truck outside. Sorry, it's gonna be loud for a second. It's trash day. Okay, we have a face. Sorry, that's just me driving by in my fire truck. I saw that. Cool, what do they call it? A whip? Right? I had a good weekend. I hope you did too. Thank you. We spent a lot of time out in the garden over the weekend. I'm actually still a little bit sore. We finally planted our last bed. It's full of a bunch of lettuce, spinach, and also some spaghetti squash, which I'm excited for and hope they actually, like, turn into something. We'll see. See, I wish if this was digital, I could just boop, scoot her down a little bit. But alas, we're on to the traditional portion of the mermaids this month. And I can draw them out first and transfer them, but I did not get around to that today. I was working on a Patreon tutorial. But maybe for tomorrow's stream, oop, I'll do that. I don't know what kind of top I want her to have. Been having a roughish day and been looking forward to your live all day. Jessica, I'm sorry that you're having another rough day. I feel like you and Letty cannot catch a break right now. I love her pose. Thank you, Tiffany. Fran, also hi. Fran, so your bin men don't come at 7 on a Monday morning on the dot? They do not. It's different for like every neighborhood, but they definitely come early for us. Usually somewhere between like 7 and 9. It depends. But we usually have different types of garbage trucks going through the neighborhood all day. Because sometimes people have, like the recycling comes. Sometimes people have like the, green bin where it's like yard waste and stuff. So it's all sorts of different bin men coming. Gotta figure out how to make her hair fit in this little space as best I can, so that it makes some sense compositionally speaking. Bin men. There's a lot of imposter syndrome and mental health issues happening. Okay, well that's understandable, and unfortunately I feel like that's always the type of thing that really likes to stick around when it isn't wanted. So I hope that it doesn't stick around too long for you. Especially those two together are not fun at all. If you're feeling imposter syndrome related to MerMay at all in like art, you really shouldn't, because you've been killing it, honestly. Every day that I see some of your posts, I'm like, are you kidding me? Also, I keep going crazy because I keep seeing people's posts like a few days after, like some of yours and some of, I think it's the Animated Life's, because I follow her. It's always coming up like days after, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not today's prompt. Like, I know either since I'm not going off the prompts, but like, I usually see the MerMay official account post on the correct days, so it's just been so confusing and so annoying. I miss the days of chronological algorithms. I thought you could change it back to that. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with this hair right now. I do not know how I want this to look. Letty, you too! I met fans this weekend and it made me want to get sick. What? What do you mean? Why, Letty? Hi, iced coffee, thank you! This hair is gonna be the end of me. Maybe I need to have it be like a more gentle swoop. Maybe that would help. Still want... It's been rough. With MerMay, Jessica? For the, imposter syndrome anyway. Right, I'm gonna go because I need dinner. Ooh, enjoy your dinner, Fran! Thank you, autistic artist. Letty, I am gonna pretend that you didn't say such a silly thing. And I'm just gonna say, it's gonna be strange. I feel like, you know, it'll be a strange feeling. I say this as if I would know, because I'm not an author, but the more you do things like that, the more you are going to encounter people who are completely in love with your work and are fans. And it's gonna be, I think, probably hard to get used to, but one, you are absolutely worthy of fans. You have fantastic work. Okay, that wasn't supposed to be fans, fantastic work. That was dumb, sorry. That wasn't on purpose. But you're gonna have to start seeing yourself as worthy, because whether or not your brain allows you to believe that, that is the case. Okay, this hair, I don't know, I gotta take a break from it. I don't know why I'm having such a rough time right now with it. Just keep changing and changing and changing it. I want this piece to stay. I gotta figure out how to make that happen. Why did I come back to it after I said I wouldn't? Girlie's looking pretty. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Sorry, it just disappeared. I love her pose and face. Thank you. I'm surprisingly happy with it so far. I appreciate it. It's hard when you don't get a lot of feedback from artists. Have you been having pretty quiet posts on Instagram? Because I feel like the algorithm and engagement in general is never really very fair. Especially when it comes to things like this, where it's like you've been working on this for so long to be prepared and ahead for MerMay, and so when you don't get the engagement, it's like beyond disheartening. But you are absolutely crushing it. Okay, I need to... Eek. So, get a sharper pencil maybe, that would help. I feel like the only thing I can really do is fix the hair. But I need to take a break from that for right now. idea what top I'm gonna give her still. Should probably figure that out. I like harsh shapes with the hair sometimes. Sometimes it is really hard to figure it out, especially if I'm trying to fit within a certain space. That's gonna have to be it for that. Hi, Puppy Shade! Wait, let me see what I've missed here. Hold on. I gotta scroll up. I'm so sorry. I always struggle with hair. I feel like it's such a love-hate relationship because it can be so fun and like freeing to draw, but at the same time it can be like such a complicated, an unnecessarily complicated pain in the butt. Sorry, I need to hydrate today. Starscream voice. I feel you on that too, Lupita. Same place. I'm sorry I haven't popped into your streams. Mondays are definitely Mondaying, to say the least. Hi, Summer. Cut yesterday's shorts. Oh, short kids were not getting along. Ugh, especially as a parent trying to, well, make any day of the week work for for work and live streams and whatnot. Kids will be kids, especially when you've got multiple siblings love to be siblings. Me and my sister got along really well growing up, fortunately, but that doesn't mean there weren't fights. I prefer lo-fi that doesn't have any talking in it. Please do. Ridiculously quiet, especially when you post something you're proud of and it's really disheartening. No, I feel exactly the same way, actually. I have gotten fortunate, I think, since, like, kind of more towards halfway through the Birthstone series. My engagement has actually been better for me, fortunately. But there's still so many days where I'm like, my like count is... I know that that doesn't matter, but technically it does to a degree for, like, views, you know? It's not anywhere where it should be and anywhere where it used to be. Plus, my follower count just keeps dropping, if that makes you feel better or worse. I don't know, but you're definitely not alone. Instagram is, like... I guess I'm still kind of in denial, but it's like a slowly dying thing for me. TikTok is better, but even then, still, it's like, sometimes you get great views, and then sometimes you're back to, like, 300 view jail. It's just unpredictable. In the worst ways. But I've loved seeing your mermaids every day. Your sushi one today is adorable. Thank you! Sorry, I keep bumping the phone, my god. I don't remember following you, but I'm low-key here for it! Well, hello! Welcome back? Question mark? We have 4 dogs. They'll howl like a pack of wolves. It's hard to shut them up, especially when live. It's so funny you mentioned that too, because obviously Summer's she's not a barker, but you guys have heard her a few times where she's in the back just going like doing her old lady hacking noises. She's been really quiet lately though, which has been wonderful, because most of the time she would do it the most aggressively at night, like in the middle of the night when we're trying to sleep, and it obviously is kind of a scary thing to wake up to. But it's also unpredictable because sometimes she'll do it like in the middle of the live, and I'm like, that just sounds crazy. I know it does. And she's definitely done it when we've had like the mailman or delivery driver walking up to the door, and all of a sudden she just goes, and I'm like, okay, well now we seem like crazy people. So thanks for that, Summer. Like it sounds so... I can't even describe the noise that she makes because it's always changing, you know, but it just always sounds like she's like trying to clear her throat. And it's funny. It's funny until other people hear it and I have to be like, it's okay, it's okay. She's fine. She's just old. Gonna have to do it for the hand. I don't really know what else to do for this one other than that. So that one will continue to look weird forever, I think. Okay, I feel like aside from figuring out what to do for the top, we're in a good place to color, which is kind of surprising to get ready for color this early on, but I just want to figure out what I want for the top. I kind of want classic shells. I think I mentioned this like on a post or somewhere, but one of my secrets is that I actually really hate drawing clamshells. I don't know what it is. I just can never quite get them the way that I like them. And I don't even know how I like them. There's like tons of different ways that I could draw them, but for some reason I just hate drawing them. Well, she's covered up. I can't get banned. Okay, I think gonna break out the colors now. Thank you, Jojo. They can be so difficult to find the cross contours. It's the angle and like also just getting both of them to be the correct size, and then sometimes you'll be like, oh, you know, I kind of gotta fix the size of like her parts, and then you gotta change the size of the cup. It's a whole thing. Okay, let me see if I can find my... Hold on a second. Swatch. No idea the theme I should go with. I also cannot find my other swatch sheet. I don't have the Copic swatch sheet for all of my like yellows and oranges. Did I ever finish the Ramen Mermaid? I did! I've been terrible about uploading to TikTok, but she is uploaded on my Instagram, and she'll be added to my Redbubble soon with like stickers and prints and stuff. But I actually really like the way that she turned out. Thank you so much for asking. Okay. Do I just go classic greens? What's the deal here? I feel pressure. Okay, hold on. Grab my other swatch. Markers, let's see. I don't know if I want a warm or cool color palette. I feel like I need to go classic greens. Maybe keep things simple, since this is pretty, like, simple. Pink and green? Ooh! Okay, let's start with her tail as just green. Like a bluish green. Because that seems simple. Oh my god, pink hair, green tail. That's kind of what I was thinking when Jessica said pink and green. I was like, okay, well, yeah, so we could start with a green tail and then maybe pick a nice pink for either the shells or the hair. Oh, I don't know. She does feel like a warm character, but also neutral at the same time. That's how I feel. I'm like, I don't think blues are quite right. I feel warm, but green is never wrong for a mermaid. But also, it is pretty basic. What if we go with a reddish color palette? We could do either like a red or maybe an orangey color for the tail, and then pink for the hair, and then something warm for the shells. I feel like maybe we should just start with pink for the hair. Iridescent, listen, that's a great idea, but that's putting a lot of pressure. I don't know how to do iridescent. I don't know how to do iridescent traditionally. Maybe a lighter green for her shells, or maybe yellow. Ooh! Okay, yeah, so what if we went a red of some kind for the tail, and then we could do like a peachy, orangey color for the shells, or yellow, and then do pink for the hair? Warm colors? Neither do I. It's a great suggestion, but I don't know if I'm capable. I tried it with 2 of the mermaids that I did earlier this month digitally, and that was hard enough. But I am trying to, like, boost my abilities and go back to traditional, but anyway, okay. Let's grab the reds then for the tail and pick, I don't know what kind of red to go for. Maybe like a pink highlight. Okay, I'm just gonna grab some colors and we're just gonna dive in, because if I don't, we're gonna sit here for hours talking about color and then I'm never gonna do anything. So I'm gonna grab, I think I'm gonna do a pinkish red. Thank you for the rose. Your art style reminds me of drawing with waffles. You know, I get that often, and that's such a huge compliment. I've never seen it, but I do actually really like her. And I did see that she came back. I haven't watched her videos yet, but for anybody that does not know, she is back. What was I saying? Hi Grace, I'm good, how are you? Lily, thank you for the rose if I didn't say thank you yet. Okay. Color. Focus. Lock in! No, I'm gonna go with an orangey red. I feel like that's the right move if we want to do yellow for the shells. So, Letty, thank you so much for all the roses. I'm gonna grab R17, start coloring before I chicken out. Ooh, but before I do that, I'm gonna pause the live for a quick second so I can take a picture of the mermaid sketch. So I will be right back. Forget how to pause the live though, 1 second. How do I do that? Pause the live, okay. One second. Okay. I never remember to take photos of my sketches. Okay. I never remember to take photos of the sketches, but this time I did remember, and I'm very glad. Okay. Jumping right in before I chicken out with R17 as the lightest color, which I may regret. I could go lighter. When in doubt, start lighter, just in case. So hold on. Going back to traditional is that sometimes your markers die. I'm gonna start with this one though, and we can always go over with colored pencil, but I'm gonna start coloring now, otherwise I won't, and I'll just keep talking about it. The best part about coloring a mermaid tail, though, is that it does not need to be even, and I really appreciate that. Especially when your markers are dying, because you're gonna go over it with a bunch more layers anyway, so why would it need to be even? Sorry, I go quiet once I start coloring because I gotta focus. I'm very likely not going to quite finish this on the live, and if I don't, I'll probably come back to it tomorrow. Okay, one layer down. Probably shouldn't add the scales yet. Maybe it would be best to do that after I color this skin. Okay, one red, so that's R24. It's gonna be our lightest color. I always have to display them on my desk like in a row so I know which color I started with as the lightest. This one isn't gonna be much different. Oh, look at how dry. I don't even know if that's gonna show you, but she's dry. She is a dry marker. Yeah, that's not happening. Cool, cool, cool. Love that for us. So R24, let's then jump to anything else, I guess. R27 may also be dry, but oh no. She feels hefty. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna try to do this the same way that I would digitally. And by that I mean I'm going to darken the outer edges. So I usually like to shade the tail a little bit before I go in and add the scales. Do the same thing with this one. Hi, Sarah! Sorry, I just saw that. I hope you have a good rest of your day today. I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. I usually like to do these in like little clusters. I find that that gives them more of like a scale look. They actually look like there's some sort of order to it. Chaos is fine, but if you actually want them to look like scales, I find that that helps. Okay, so that was R27. Now we're gonna jump in with R29, I suppose. Unless we have a better red. R2 is kind of nice, but I'm just gonna jump in with this one. If I'm not quick enough, I'll just be too chicken to finish it. Jojo, thank you! If we did the Ko-fi sketches, when should we expect those? It can be a little while. I have a few that I'm working on right now. I think I'm on to the last few. I email you. Are you one of my current commissions? Like, do you have one waiting in the queue? Or were you just wondering? Because I can try to give you a time estimate if you'd like. I can already tell she's gonna turn out so pretty. Thank you, Jessica! I want to draw for MerMay, but my art block is at an all-time high. Oh, what a... what an annoying time for that to hit. During, like, the busiest artist month. And it seems so simple, like, oh, just draw mermaids, then. But it's like, art block doesn't work that way. I kind of just blend them out a little bit. By the way, how do you feel about art trades? I love art trades, whenever I can get the time for them. I'm supposed to be hopefully doing one soon, but it's just hard finding the time for things like that these days. You'd think if I'm doing this full time now, I have so much more time for art, and I do, but it's also now what pays the bills, so I'm like, struggling to find the time for the fun parts. I mean, it's all fun, but you know what I mean. Realize that MerMay is like what NaNoWriMo used to be? What is that? Kind of stuck at an art block too. I don't have any ideas for the pose, but I want to draw. Oh, I feel that too. Thinking of the poses is like, I think one of the hardest parts, especially later on in the month, because it's like, okay, it's getting a little repetitive, like I've done this pose before, but like what other poses are there? I feel that. Unfortunately, I don't think I have like a solid like piece of advice for getting out of that other than just flipping through like art books or looking at like photography of like maybe models and stuff, because sometimes they do like some fun poses I feel like that kind of work for mermaids. I guess the nice thing is, thank you so much for the heart me, is that you can pretty much do any pose for a mermaid because it all makes sense. They're underwater. That's like one benefit. Oof, so many loud trucks today. Every time I think that's the last one, there's more. Go away! You're loud. Okay. I like where this is at for right now, so I'm gonna take a break from it. I don't know if you saw my— oh, Lupita, I did not! Yours is the one that I was talking about, though. I should be doing that soon, hopefully. I say should. But we still need to talk about that. And I need to make the time for that. Thank you so much for the rose, Lauren! How did you make it look so saturated against the gray paper? Thank you! It's just, I think the, also thank you for the popular vote! It's just the paper, really. It's not as dark as it seems. I know that it seems like pretty aggressive against a white, but it's a pretty, like, chill brown color, if that makes any sense. And generally the markers still show their color pretty well, I've found, with this paper. It doesn't desaturate it too much, which is nice. Only a little bit. And plus, if you're doing a lot of layers with an already pretty bright color, usually it shows up pretty well. NaNoWriMo. National Novel Writing Month. Oh my god, wait. You're not supposed to write a whole month, or a whole novel in a month, are you? Oh god, they all scrolled up again. What did I miss? Claire! If you're struggling with poses, check out Figurosity. There's tons there, even mermaids. Ooh! Figurosity, like .com. Thank you for reminding me, though, Lupita. I do have to go check my messages. I'll probably have to get to that more towards the end of the month, though. I was gonna say towards the end of the month, and like it's already the 20th, which is insane. And so stressful. I feel like I blinked and this month was gone. Okay. I have to pick a pink for the hair. Let's see. Don't know if I love the colors that I have with the Ohuhu markers, so I think I'm probably gonna go Copic, which should be no surprise. I'm gonna grab R21, 22, and 43. start with R21, which is pretty light and desaturated. But that's fine. Because we'll just build it up. Thank you so much for the coral, Lauren. Along with homework. Oh, wait. Along with homework, my friends were pretty much unavailable the entire month. What have I missed? .com. I just didn't know if TikTok would be weird about me adding it. Oh, probably. TikTok's weird about everything. Before it unalived, it was a full novel in a month. That sounds so entirely different than something like this, and I just mean, like, how on earth was that possible for anybody? I mean, I guess I'm not a writer, so I really don't know, but that sounds like such an impossible challenge. Did you ever participate? I mean, it seems like a good exercise if, like, you're not too strict about it and, like, aren't burning yourself out. It could be a good challenge to write, like, maybe a short story or something. But a whole novel is insane! Base color done for the hair. 22. Let's go 43. Go over the hair. Let's see. I want to write a book. Can you make a random character for me to put in there? It can be whatever theme. What? Letty, thank you for the puppy kiss. What on earth? That was so cute. What kind of character? What kind of book? Yes, I am gonna be outlining this in the violet color, by the way. trace pencil. It's so nice. Maybe I shouldn't jump in with it just yet. But I can't help it. Just makes things stand out so much more. We're gonna finish outlining the hair real quick. Thank you for the roses! Oh, and the dolphin! Like fantasy or witches and maybe goblins. Ooh! Letty, thank you for the cheering crab. But I need to what? Oh, I don't want to get a shot. Shots are not fun. I just try not to look at them. Usually that works. As for the book character, why not something mermaid themed? On theme for the month. Seeing as it is MerMay. Or is the mermaid theme too tired at this point?
Designed this speaker to amplify my thoughts so people will quit asking me for sandwiches. That should work right. I don't know what you're talking about, Space Ghost. Go ahead, Mohar.
Okay. Almost. Okay. I am going to call it here. I feel like we got a pretty decent amount done. I'm honestly pretty surprised. So we'll probably pick this up on, well, tomorrow, so I don't think I'll have time to continue working on this today. So that's fun. We'll come back to this tomorrow and do the skin and the shells and finish the tail. But this was fun. I like the way that this is turning out, honestly. Thank you, Lupita. Letty, thank you for the water reminder. I did not drink enough this live. Helps, but it hurts like a son of a... That's not fair. I'm glad it helps, though. Thank you, Poseidon. Maddie's very familiar with book characters. Not thinking of them, though. Just trying to capture what you give me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you all back here tomorrow to finish this up, hopefully. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Thank you for putting up with me and being so nice. Okay, bye. Bye, everybody.